one thing is like, when I hear about your childhood and I hear about where you are right now, and you and I, like, it's so interesting to me here at this place because we probably couldn't have been more different in a lot of ways in terms of our childhood. We're both fathers at different points in our life. You be at 19, me at 47, and here we are, and we both have we brought into the next generation, children to raise. And one thing that I've really talked about, that something I got from my father, was this cycle that was going on. And when I would talk to him about, he would instill in me this kind of weird paranoia of how to interact with people. Now later on, I realized like he worked very much in scarcity, wasn't about abundance, because he came from a lower middle class. Father worked in a factory, but wasn't wealthy at all. My grandfather wasn't wealthy at all. Worked in the lower middle class, so didn't have a lot, and was very worried about what little he had and didn't want to give away, and had dreams of a lot. And he, in my humble opinion, and I love him with all my heart, practiced scarcity instead of abundance. And I remember going and when I had my kids, and I was much later on in my life, I had my kids, and I was just like, I'm gonna break this cycle, because I talked to him. I go, why did you do this, this, and this, and this? And he goes, because that's what was taught to me. That's what I learned. That's how I act. And I really forgave my father at that point, because I realized he too was just a child that was had a certain way of dealing with stuff, and I was taught a certain way in certain environment with certain variables that led him to make some decisions that my father worked hard. And I love him, and I hate saying this, but I don't feel like he worked smart, and it cost him a lot. And I said, I'm going to break that cycle. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit there and my father gave me like crime boss advice, like, someone disrespects you, you go at them, you don't let them get away with it. And it's like literally the worst advice you could possibly give to a child. It's like, it's like, I mean, like, when I've just learned in life, like, if someone treats you like shit, it's probably more of a drive-by than actually being personal to you. They're probably doing it to everybody, and you just caught some shrapnel along the way, collateral damage. And if they're doing it to you, they're probably doing it to everybody, and eventually that energy will catch up with them. And so now I hear from you and all the cycle you went through, and I don't know if you were able to go, okay, I'm not going to do this to the next generation. And it's something I've really talked about on my other show, Tinfoil Hat. It's like, if you're broke or you're something like that, you come from a poor family, poor area, it's probably at some point nobody in your family said enough of this and broke a cycle to change the trajectory of your life, and your family, and where your family's economic situation is. And not that they didn't work hard, but they may not work smart, right? And they did that thing that just kind of went from here to here, bang, and changed the trajectory, and that in both economically, but also spiritually and psychologically. They didn't break